MAGA has been spreading false rumors of Jasmine Crockett, member of Congress, saying that she committed fraud. Completely untrue. We got the information here for you in case you care about facts, all right? But first, this.
The problem is that Americans thought that it was okay to take a full-fledged criminal and make him the president of the United States, and then they want to act aghast when he does criminal things. Let me tell you, we have a thug in charge of the United States. Stop trying to act as if only white men are the ones that are capable. The coddling is for the white boys. That's what's happening right now. I am tired of the white tears. Listen, if you are competent, you are not concerned. When I walk into Congress every single day, you know why I don't feel away and why you can't make me doubt who I am? Is because I know that I had to work 10 times as hard as they did just to get into the seat. When you look and you compare me to Marjorie Taylor Greene or me to Lauren Boebert, there is no comparison. And that is the life that we have always lived. So the only people that are crying are the mediocre white boys that have been beaten out by people that historically have had to work so much harder. If someone on this committee then starts talking about somebody's bleach blonde, bad built butch body, that would not be engaging in personalities, correct?
We in these hot ass Texas streets, honey. Y'all know we got Governor Hot Wheels down there. Come on now.
MAGA is clutching their pearls. They literally voted for a 30-plus time felon who admitted on tape a while ago to doing things against women as he pleases. But all of a sudden, Ms. Crockett is the issue, according to their rumor. She has been committing fraud. Put her up full mask. Let's go down the fact list here. So, Democratic Representative Jasmine Crockett was forced on Tuesday to rebut a fresh new smear campaign by members of MAGA against her character. The latest false rumor is that she pocketed her dead grandmother's Social Security checks. I mean, this thing is blazing on social media. All right, if you Google her name, or if you put her name on X, this is the first thing that comes up. The allegation was birthed last Friday. Snopes.com, all right, discovered when America's Last Line of Defense Facebook page posted an image showing a photo of the congresswoman superimposed over the grave of a person with the maiden name of Crockett. The post read, quote, Jasmine Crockett's Doge audit isn't going well for her. The woman who claims Elon Musk is scamming the people has been conveniently overlooking her dead grandmother's Social Security checks for 13 years. They go into her bank account as a representative payee to a dead woman. Once again, the culprit is the person screaming that the auditor is at fault for their fraud. The page's owner added this comment under the post, quote, Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett is in hot water after a shocking revelation that she has allegedly been collecting $2,600 a month in Social Security payments for her late grandmother, who has been inconveniently, for her defense, dead since 2012. When confronted, Crockett reportedly shrugged and said, oops. These are some creative, inventive, imaginative individuals. They have come up with an entire storyline, like a script. They took time, wrote a narrative, provided context for the narrative, put graphics together, made up names. MAGA decided to engage in this smear campaign. Very successful, by the way, on social media. They like to lie, especially to their followers. So Snopes, a highly regarded fact-checking website, got involved. looked into the claim and found no evidence of Crockett illegally collecting someone else's Social Security checks in an article titled, quote, "No, Representative Jasmine Crockett didn't collect dead grandmother's Social Security checks." But while Snopes did its due diligence, MAGA did not. They never do, okay? A search of Jasmine Crockett grandmother on X turned up a slew of posts, most of which repeat the rumor all over again. The first hint that something was amiss came when Snopes uncovered the archived bio for the America's Last Line of Defense Facebook page, which reads, quote, "The flagship of the ALLOD network of trollery and propaganda for cash. Nothing on this page is real," end quote. Snopes also located an obituary for the woman whose tombstone appears in the Facebook post. Of the many family members of the deceased, none were named Jasmine. Crockett addressed the rumor on X posting, breaking news, MAGA finally loves me. I never thought this day would come, but here we are. I hate to break their hearts by telling them the truth, but I'm a truth teller, so the love affair will end. You see, the latest lie is to do with a random woman who definitely is not one of my dearly departed grandmothers. MAGA fell in love because the lie is that, much like their fearless leader, it was alleged that I too am a criminal. But I'm not. I get 0 SSI checks and no grandmother of mine carried the name Crockett. Get the out of here. She knows how to transmute negative energy, utilize it as a catalyst for her continued progress. Some people do that intentionally. Hopefully you are among them. I try to be among them myself. Well done, Congresswoman. Very well done. I do find it convenient that the place where the propaganda is the most shared happens to be on a platform owned by soon-to-be ousted President Elon Musk. That's possible.
Jasmine Crockett. Okay, at this point, if Republicans are accusing Jasmine Crockett of fraud, of stealing these Social Security checks, I'm just going to assume that some of them are the ones actually stealing Social Security checks, because we know by now that so many of their accusations are actually confessions. Also, this looks really good for Jasmine Crockett, I think. They're really going out of their way to make her look bad. They're obviously worried about her, and they obviously know that her message is resonating with a lot of people. When they tried to cancel her over the Hot Wheels comment, I had to roll my eyes. Let me just tell all of y'all, as a Texan, Jasmine Crockett is not the first person to have called Greg Abbott Governor Hot Wheels. That is a very common nickname for him around these parts. Not a nice nickname, but she didn't come up with that. And people want to say that it's ableist, and Republicans want to make it seem like Jasmine Crockett now is ableist. It's actually a little bit facetious, because if anyone is ableist, it's Greg Abbott. As a disabled person, he made millions of dollars off of the accident that landed him in the wheelchair. And then once he got into office, he made it impossible for anyone else to do the same. So a disabled man made it more difficult for other people to be disabled in Texas, which is why a lot of people in Texas do not feel sorry for him for the fact that he's in a wheelchair. I'm getting a little bit off topic, sort of. Jasmine Crockett, she said it herself. They can't bring her down, because she knows who she is, and she knows how hard she had to work to get to where she is today. You simply cannot be a Black woman in Congress without being an absolute powerhouse, someone who hasn't been allowed to fake her way through anything, or someone who was given less grace for her failures. She didn't get there by accident. She got there because she had to work so much harder to get to that point. So whatever this is, Jasmine Crockett is not going to go down without a fight. And these Republicans, they're not ready for that fight. I wouldn't want to fight Jasmine Crockett either. But there's another aspect to all of this. The Republicans were able to sway more Black people away from the Democratic Party in 2024 than we've seen in a very, very long time. Part of the reason for that is, one, the Democrats have never understood that minority groups aren't monolithic. For another, the Democrats have taken these Black votes for granted for decades. But also, now they have this Black woman from the South who is speaking directly to these people, who is resonating with them. If the Republicans are worried, they should be.
Yeah, well said. And we will be reporting more on the good Congresswoman.